Hi guys, it's Kelly here and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be using the Hello Beautiful stamp set from Simon Says Stamp and Newton's Nook. This is their Stamptember release. I am using all three of the images that are in here because as soon as I saw it, I totally had this fun idea for a card, and I'm a little late to the party. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little late to the party. And right now I did check. They are still in stock. That doesn't necessarily mean that they will be forever and always as this video stays up on YouTube. But I thought that the whole concept worked well enough that I would just go ahead and leave it up here because I guess these aren't the only stamps you can do this with, is basically what the gist of it is. So the whole game plan, pretty much for this card, thought of it as soon as I saw the stamp set, is I'm using a T-square ruler and a pencil, and I'm drawing little squares behind my characters. And I'm drawing the squares slightly smaller than the little characters. Like I want parts of it to be hanging out over the edge. And then I'm going to color block behind them and do super simple Copic coloring. So the whole concept of it is more beginner level, but I still think that it's a super fun design. And I think a lot of times, even myself, where I get into, the Copic coloring and trying to make things look more realistic and all of this dimension and stuff. And this card still does have dimension. We'll get to that when we get to that. But it is just really simple. And I think that the confetti background is super fun for a birthday card. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. So after I do the pencil, I am going to use a Copic Safe writing pen. And the ones that I use are the EK Success, but you could use the Copic Fine Liners, or there's one Kathy Rakusin uses and I can't think of the name of it. I tried them. I didn't love them, but to each their own. Anywho, so a couple of things that we're going to talk about while we do this. First of all, I'm going to tell the other spider story. And then, I'm going to tell it, but before that, we're going to have a conversation. So I have been thinking, and since we're kind of in this together, there's a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm only going to address one of them right now. And then as the questions come up, we'll go through there. One of the things I've been thinking about is doing, you guys know I used to do Periscope, which was basically live feed. I would color, we would chat, and then now they have Facebook Live, Instagram Live, the YouTube Live, all of these things where we could be more interactive together and have discussion. So I would like to know if that's something that you're interested in doing. I have 3 jobs, so my time frame is limited in which I can do these. So I'm looking at probably a Thursday afternoon is probably what we're looking at. So let me know if that works for you. If that doesn't work for you, let me know what time frame does so that I can kind of see if I can fit that into my schedule card. The only real shading that I'm going to be doing here, where I'm using multiple colors, is on the white. White is tricky, and in order for it to look white, and it actually has some shading next to the boldness of the other colors, I did feel like I needed to use the my go-to, which is a C1, C3, C5. So those things on the signs, I'm going to be honest, I colored it like a fox, but originally I thought it was a skunk, and I'm still not positive. Skocks? Funk? I don't know what to call it. I don't know. I thought it was a skunk, but then the tail made me think that it was a fox. I went with fox because that seemed to make more sense to me. But you do you, boo. However you think you want to color it that way. Anywho, so those things, the banners, and then just the white parts on the fox. And then, that was it for the white. And I did it all at the same time. So let me know about these YouTube lives, what you think. Is it something where you want to maybe send in questions that you might have, whether they're crafty or personal or whatever. You guys know me, I'm a real person. I'm out here living my life, putting my pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. And so I'm pretty open. I would let you know, if that wasn't something I was willing to go into, or if you want to do something where It is like from overhead where you can see the camera and then we're just, or see the coloring and then we're just chatting, kind of like it was with Periscope. That's also an option if you'd rather just see my face and have a conversation. So just let me know what your thoughts are, because, we built this channel together and I want to make these decisions as we go forward. Cause we're up over 20,000 followers now, and which is amazing. And I'm so grateful. I can't even believe that that's where we're at. But so as, the channel kind of progresses and things in my craft career change, I definitely want your guys' input on that because, like I said, dude, team effort, we're in this together. Again, card. Here with this E19, it was quite a bit overfilled and I could see that my marker was, going to be causing some bleeding. So I just popped the top off the other end. You can do this with any marker. If like the tip of it is way too liquid, it's super juicy, and you notice that, take the end off of the other end and it will equalize the pressure inside the marker and it'll keep it from just like blurbing all over your paper. Nobody wants that. So this other spider story. So I know a lot of you guys said that you couldn't find me on Instagram, and I just decided to address it into a video instead of addressing every single comment. My username on Instagram is D as in David, ISP as in Paul, 6194. It's the abbreviation for dispatcher. I started it before, I don't know, anybody knew who I was, honestly. And, but if you just type in the search bar, Kelly Latavola, it will come up. So that's one way to find me. For the stories, the thing that the 10,000 followers will give me is the ability to link you to the videos in the stories. So then you don't have to like go to my profile and hunt down the link. You can just swipe up inside the stories. And I think that's really convenient. It's something that I would like to be able to do for the viewing the stories. The stories are at the top of the page and they're like these little circles. And so people that you follow who've posted to their stories, it will pop up and then you just, click on the little circle icon and you'll be able to go through all the stories if you want to by clicking to the right, or if you want to go backwards because, somebody typed something that was really long and you didn't get a chance to read the whole thing in the whatever 15 seconds that you get. You select to you tap to the left. What else? Yeah. So, and let me know which one you would prefer. Like, do you watch more Facebook lives, Instagram lives, YouTube lives? Like, what is the social media that you would prefer? I will tell you, if we do Facebook live, that it's going to be through my company page. It will not be on my personal page. And the blog is actually the business page, which is called You and Your Big Dreams. So if you don't follow that and you're interested in doing so, that would be what you would look for on Facebook. Okay, spider story. So I was outside on my back deck, sitting there, going through my social media, hanging out, and out the corner of my eye, I see this, which can only be described as just an absolute monster. I'm just huge. Probably like the body of this spider was that of a 50-cent piece. It was so big. And even though I know all the people who were like, spiders eat bugs and they keep mosquitoes in check, I know that. I don't care. I'm sorry. I know that sounds heartless. They horrify me. I don't care what they eat. They're not coming into my house. Not if I can prevent it. So it's outside on the deck. It is huge. It's clearly been eating something bigger than itself. Like, how snakes unhinge their jaw to eat mice and bodies and things. I think that this spider had maybe taken a training class from a snake in order to do that, because this thing was just mammoth. And so it's crawling around on the deck. I have the spider spray. And when you spray the spider spray, it turns it white. Okay, it's almost like if you hold hairspray, you keep continually spraying. What in the world? Spraying. If you keep spraying hairspray, into one area and then it turns white. That's what the spider spray looks like. So it just turns all white. So I spray it until the spider is completely white, and it's poison, folks. Like, it's supposed to kill. It's not the point. It won't hurt my dog. That was like the criteria of me buying the spider spray. It won't hurt my dog. It does say that it's toxic to fish though, which is weird. They all say that, like, don't put them by fish. I wonder what it is about fish that, like, maybe it's the way they absorb things through, like, their bodies. I don't really know. I digress. We're getting off track. So anyway, I spray the monster. I spray the monster with spider spray. And again, it leaves that crime scene outline that we talked about the other day. Totally does, right on the deck. But this thing still this thing's still cruising. Like, it's not, most of the time it's like they crawl a little while and then they curl up and die. Not this thing. This thing kept right on going. Now, if you've been paying attention on Instagram to Kelly's Critter Cottage updates, that's what I've named my house now that I have so many insects, reptiles, what have you, that are just trying to come up in my house and be my housemate without paying any rent, and I do not appreciate. I have a frog, or somebody said it was a toad. I don't know the difference. I'm not going to lie. I ain't that smart about whatever I think they're amphibians. I think they're amphibians. I don't even know, because science class was a long time ago, bro. Anyway, I think it's toad. Possibly. I don't know. He doesn't bother me. He's chill. He's super, super chill. And he's there every night, just hanging out. Him and my dog have even, come to an agreement where they kind of leave each other alone. Side note about this card. So it felt very plain to me, and I wanted to give it a little bit of dimension. So I'm adding a drop shadow. I'm adding the drop shadow as if the light source is in the top right-hand corner, so the shadows will be to the bottom left. And this is going to lift them up and give them appearance of dimension as if they're sitting on top of the paper instead of just flat onto the paper. Okay? Okay. So anyway, the toad. I like the toad. The toad's chill. He's a good neighbor. I'm cool with the toad. So the spider is crawling around, and the spider, coated in poison, then crawls over to the frog, and they get into a fight. I mean, and not like Michael Jackson, like, dance off fight. I mean, like, they're like nipping at each other. And I'm like, no, don't eat him. He's got the poison. Like, I like you. You're a good buddy. Like, don't eat him though, because he's poisonous. And so I'm watching them, like, nip at each other, and the spider finally, like, crawls away. And as I'm watching this I can't even. As the spider crawls away. Hold on, I gotta tell you about this card. So there's the confetti. This is what I'm doing. I'm just doing the stippling dots in a rainbow of colors coming in from the edges so that it looks like this little falling out of confetti. That's super fun for this birthday card. All right, back to the story. In which I am so stupid. So anyway, I'm watching the fight. I'm watching the dance battle go down. And the spider starts to crawl away. While I am standing there watching it, some other bug, I don't even know what it was. I don't know if it was a moth or what. But anyway, I can't even tell this story. It flies into my face, okay? Like, onto my cheek. Like, it doesn't land there. It just, like, hits me in the cheek. But because I'm looking at the spider when it happens, I literally, just totally freak out. I hit myself in the face, like, 3 times. Like, whap, whap, whap. Before I realize that it's clearly not the spider that has, like, somehow grown wings and landed on my face. It's just a random other bug. I straight smacked myself in the face like 3 times. And then I realized what happened, and then I can't stop laughing. Like, I'm trying to keep an eye on the spider so I don't lose him while I'm waiting for him to expire. But I'm laughing so hard at just my own idiocy that, like, finally I was just like, I can't stand out here all night waiting for this thing to die. And I just, like, picked up the chair and squished him with the chair leg. But it was so funny. Like, just just standing out there by myself, I literally smacked myself in the face 3 times. Oh, church giggles. Oh, I got the church giggles. Do you know what church giggles are? Church giggles are when you start laughing and you can't stop, even though it's like a completely inappropriate time, but you have no control over it. That's basically what happened to me on the deck, and almost just happened to me now. Anyway, I added some highlights with a white gel pen. I'm using Stardust stickles to add some glitter to the confetti parts. And then that's it. So I will link everything to the description below. You know the way Stamp Timber works. If you want it, go get it. It might be gone. They're not going to reproduce it. It's a first come, first serve thing. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I look forward to hearing your feedback about the live feeds, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.